My greetings to everyone. I'm Professor Namita Rajput, Professor in Department of Commerce, Sri Aurobindo College, University of Delhi. In the ongoing series of entrepreneurship and venture planning, today we are going to dwell into a very interesting topic, opportunity and idea generation. And it's a true thing that ideas can change your life. So on this pretext, let me explore. One of the biggest challenges the entrepreneurs face is generating the ideas that spark excitement, hold the promises, and drive the action. Many aspiring entrepreneurs struggle with this fundamental aspect, leading to two common scenarios. One, lack of compelling ideas, which can lead to frustration and ultimately discouraging them to move forward from pursuing their entrepreneurship as a career. And the second is coping existing business models such as opening yet another restaurant or retail shop results in excessive competition and often leads to the business failures. Well, we have talked about these two cases, and let me tell you, in both the cases, the entrepreneurs either loses the motivation, financial investment, or sometimes both. The root cause of this failure often lies in their focus on ideas rather than opportunities. A business based purely on an idea without assessing the market needs and viability is unlikely to succeed. And definitely, the differences between an idea and an opportunity is the opportunity and idea, a compelling business idea must be aligned with a viable opportunity. Many people have innovative ideas, but only those who recognize the real market needs and capitalize on them can actually create a successful business. Launching a business based solely on an idea without identifying and validating an opportunity increases the chances of failures. A business opportunity follows a systemic step-by-step process that helps the entrepreneurs generate and evaluate the multiple business ideas to identify the most promising ones. The more business ideas they analyze, the higher the chances of finding one that aligns with their goals and aspirations, compelling them to take an action. And if an entrepreneur develop a business plan and invest the resources without identifying the potential customers or their demand for the productive service, they operate within an inward looking approach, creating a business to fulfill their own ego rather than market needs. Such business often fail because they lack a real customer base. Successful entrepreneurs, they adapt an opportunity driven approach, which means that they focus on market needs first and then they develop a product or a service to fulfill those needs. This outward looking approach ensures that the business cater to a specific target market, making them more sustainable and profitable. Now, the successful entrepreneur does not just generate an idea, they identify an opportunity based on the market demand and they focus on understanding the customer needs and validating an opportunity by ensuring that the customers are willing to pay for the product or the service before launching it. So, transforming an idea into a business opportunity. A business opportunity is an idea that has been validated through the market research and can be transformed into a profitable venture. A strong business opportunity meets the following criteria. The first is market demand. There must be a sustainable number of customers who need and are willing to pay for the product or the service. The second is their scalability. The business should have a growth potential, that is, whenever they want, they can scale up the business. The another aspect is the competitive advantage. It should offer something unique or superior compared to the competitors. Another most important and vital aspect is the profitability. The business must be financially viable and capable of generating the sustainable revenue. The entrepreneurs should rely on a thorough market research to identify the real opportunity rather than acting on the assumptions. A successful business idea is the one that exploits a genuine business opportunity, turning into a viable enterprise. Now, let's explore the role of a passion in the entrepreneurship. Starting a successful business takes time, effort, and resources. The entrepreneurs often generate the business ideas based on their area of passion. While passion alone is not enough for the success, it plays a very crucial and important role in sustaining the entrepreneur motivation and determination. If an entrepreneur lacks the passion for their business, they will struggle to remain enthusiastic for a longer journey ahead. A lack of passion also affects the various aspects of the business development. Out of this, first we will discuss planning and execution. Without genuine interest, the entrepreneurs may not put in the necessary effort to strategize and execute their plans effectively. Funding and investments. The entrepreneurs and the financial backers look for the passionate entrepreneurs who believe in their vision and have the commitment to see it through. Hiring and team building. The passionate leaders attract the top talent and inspire the employees to work together a shared vision. The customer engagement. A passionate entrepreneur is more likely to connect with the customers, understand their basic needs, and build the lasting relationships. Now, in other aspects, as far as the passion is concerned, is passion as a competitive edge. The passionate entrepreneur have a distinct advantage in the marketplace. Their enthusiasm fuels the perseverance, helping them navigate the challenges and also the setback. They are more likely to innovate, adapt, and persist, increasing their chances of long-term success. While a strong business idea and the market opportunity are very essential, the passion gives entrepreneur the resilience to turn their vision into reality. So next, as far as the ideas and the successful businessman is concerned, a successful business is built on a validated opportunity rather than just an idea. Entrepreneurs must take an outward-looking approach, focusing on the customer needs, market demand, before developing their products and services. Market research and the feasibility analysis play a very significant role in determining whether a business can be transformed into a profitable venture or not. And at the same time, passion is a key differentiator that sets the successful entrepreneur apart. Passion fuels the motivation, drives the innovation, and helps the entrepreneur overcome many obstacles. So, by combining a market-driven opportunity with unwavering passion, outward-looking approach, also inward-looking approach, all in one frame, the entrepreneurs can create a business that are not only viable but also very sustainable and also very impactful. Generating a business idea is the first and the most crucial step in the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs must identify the viable business opportunity by analyzing the various sources, which can provide the inspiration and the direction. So, definitely we will dwell into the detailed aspects and the major sources of the business idea and also give some relatable examples. So, now on to a very interesting topic called sources of business ideas. That is, what are the particular areas, the sources from where the businessman is successful in deriving the ideas. So, the first and the foremost what we are going to discuss is the geographical and the regional developments. Yes, we are talking about areas. The business ideas can emerge from surveying the different geographical locations, including both the developed and the underdeveloped areas. The entrepreneurs can identify the gaps in the availability of goods and services in the specific region and explore the opportunities to establish the business accordingly. Now, let us take an example here. A small town may lack a quality restaurant or a modern retail store. Entrepreneurs identifying this gap can set up a chain of restaurant or the convenience stores catering to the needs of the local population. So, in developing the areas which are very essential business such as clean water supply plants, solar energy solutions or the mobile banking services, they can provide valuable business opportunities. And let us talk about the industrialized regions. And in the industrialized regions, the business like high-tech manufacturing units, corporate consulting, logistics companies, they can actually be set up to meet the demands of the large-scale individuals and the enterprises. Now, the second is after exploring deeply the first source of business, that is the areas, now we are going to dwell into the second most important source, that is the sectors. Yes, we are talking about the manufacturing and the service sectors. So, let us explore. Entrepreneurs can generate the ideas based on the demand in the various sectors. Sectors we call as manufacturing, services, agriculture, technology. If the demand in the manufacturing sector is greater in the service sector, entrepreneurs may explore the production related business opportunities. And if there is a rise in demand for the electric vehicles, the entrepreneurs may establish lithium battery manufacturing units. If the service sector is booming, the business can, such as digital marketing, agencies, cloud computing services, online educational platforms, can be very, very lucrative and beneficial for a businessman. And if you talk about in the healthcare, with an increasing number of the people opting for home health services, entrepreneurs may start the business providing home nursing care, medical equipment, rental or the telemedicine services. Now, the next area which can be talked about for the sources of business ideas after exploring the ideas of areas and the sectors, the third most important aspect as far as the source of the business ideas are concerned is the resources, the natural, industrial and marine resources. The availability of the natural resources such as agriculture, industrial, marine resources can actually lead to the generation of the business ideas. Entrepreneurs can explore the various ways to process these resources into the finished products. Let us take an example here. When you talk about the first aspect, that is the agricultural resources. If a region is rich in agricultural produce like sugarcane, the entrepreneur may start a sugar processing unit or a jaggery production business. The second is your industrial resources. If a city has an abundance of metal resources, the entrepreneurs may venture into manufacturing automotive spare parts or the steel products. When you talk about the marine resources, we talk about the coastal areas with the abundant marine life which can inspire the business such as the seafood processing units, fishing industry, seaweed based cosmetics and pharmaceutical business. The next is your consumption pattern and the market demand. Understanding the consumer preferences and the behavior is very essential for generating the successful business ideas. Entrepreneurs must analyze demand and supply conditions and identify the gaps in the market. So, let's explore some examples here. The increasing preference for the healthy eating has actually led to a boom in the organic food stores, the plant-based food startups. The rise in the e-commerce demand has inspired the development of the courier services, packaging industries, and the last mile delivery startups. The global trend of the eco-friendly and sustainable products has actually encouraged the business to introduce biodegradable packaging, reusable grocery bags, and the sustainable fashion brands. So, we will discuss here a case study. As far as the fast food chains are concerned, the entrepreneurs studied the consumer behavior in the urban areas where people preferred the quick, affordable meals. This has led to a rise in the food which is fast, like McDonald's, Subway, and Domino's, which can actually cater to the changing lifestyles needs of the working professionals and the students. The next source when you talk about of the business ideas is the international market and the export opportunities. The foreign market demands can actually provide the ideas for the business that want to expand trans-boundaries, that is beyond the domestic markets. The entrepreneurs can explore the opportunities to manufacture and sell the goods and the services abroad. The Indian handicraft, textiles, and the traditional jewelry have a huge demand in the European and the North American markets. Entrepreneurs can start an export business focusing on handmade saris, wooden craft, and the terracotta jewelry. This rise in the demand for the Ayurveda and organic skin care in the Western countries has actually led to the growth of the brands like Patanjali and the Forest Essentials. IT services and the software development companies in India have expanded internationally, catering to the outsourcing needs of US, UK, and Australian markets. The government support. The government often provides the incentives such as the tax exemptions, the subsidies, and the export promotion schemes to encourage the business to explore the international markets. Let's take an example here like Make in India initiative and export subsidies for the small business. The next aspect when you talk about the sources of the ideas is the economic and the social trends. The economic changes such as the period of economic boom or recession and the social trends like lifestyle changes and the awareness about the sustainability, they influence the emergence of the new ideas. Let's see some examples of the economic trends. Now, during the economic boom, there is a high demand for the luxury goods such as the premium car, the branded apparels, the luxury vacations. The entrepreneurs may set up a business catering to the high income consumers. Conversely, during the recession, the budget friendly business such as the discount stores, the second hand goods shops, or the shared office spaces, they have become very popular. The social trends. The increasing awareness of sustainability has led to the rise of the business that focus on eco-friendly products such as the bamboo toothbrushes, solar power devices, and the zero waste packaging. Now, let's do a case study. The demand for an online educational platforms surged during the COVID-19, the pandemic leading to a rapid growth of the companies like the Coursera, Udemy and Byju's. The next source of the business idea is your fairs and exhibitions. The trade fair, exhibitions and industry expos. They serve as an excellent source of the business ideas, and these events showcase the new innovations, trending products and the market demands. Now, let's move on to some examples. The entrepreneurs visiting International Auto Expo can identify emerging trends in the electric vehicles, the smart mobility solutions and the battery technology, leading to a business idea in the automobile industry. Now let's talk about the agricultural fairs. They can provide a deep insight into the modern farming equipment and organic fertilizers, inspiring the business in the sustainable agriculture. Another source is your technology expos, such as the Consumer Electronic Show, that is CES, showcasing the innovations in AI, that is artificial intelligence, IoT, Internet of Things and robotics, encouraging the entrepreneurs to develop AI-driven automation business. Let's do a case study in India. In India, many small businesses have gained international recognition through the participation in the India International Trade Fair, that is IITF, Auto Expo, where they showcase their indigenous products and technology which is attracted by the foreign investments. So, we can say here the entrepreneurs can identify the business ideas from multiple sources including the geographical areas, industry sectors, resource availability, the consumption patterns, the global markets, economic and social trends and the trade fairs. So, what we have to do is we have to carefully analyze these sources to the deepest possible extent, and they can determine the profitability and the sustainability regarding the business opportunity. A successful business idea is the one that deeply aligns with the market demand, economic trends and the resource availability, while also fulfilling an unmet need. Now, definitely we have spoken about the various ideas and the sources of the business ideas and done that in quite a depth and the detail, and also seen some case studies in this regard. So, definitely when you talk about the sources of the business ideas, there are vital aspects which we have discussed. So, let us have a small recap of the different sources which are the basis of the entrepreneurship and the venture planning. The first and the foremost is the area. Area determines the overall possibility of starting the business. Then we discussed about the sectors, that the sectors can also generate good ideas, be it an industrial sector, agriculture sector, etc. And also the marine resources, etc. Then having a deep dive into the consumption pattern and the market demand is also vital to understand the business ideas. Like we have a fast food chain, Subways, McDonald's, Domino's. So, their consumption patterns will help us determining the business ideas, that where we can hit the bullseye. Then of course, having a deep dive into the international markets, the export potential of a particular product, what is the government support in this regard, what are the subsidies being provided, what are the economic trends, what are the social trends, what does the policy say in that regard. Then about organizing of the fairs and the exhibitions, they have definitely a big role to play, because this is the platform. If they participate in the Auto Expo or the International Trade Fair, there are huge opportunities for them to be funded by the international investors. So, definitely all these sources what we have done, they are extremely important to start with this venture. And of course, at the end I would like to say a successful business idea is the one that aligns with the market demand, economic trends, availability of resources, while also fulfilling the unmet demand and bridging the gap. Generating the business idea is a very crucial step for the entrepreneurs looking to create the innovative and profitable ventures. So, definitely these areas, resources, the overall aspects what we have dwelled into will have a landmark impact on setting up the business venture. Thank you very much.